Next we're going to hear from Sheila Hamanaka, who is with Rockland Friends of WBAI and is also a children's author and illustrator.
Thank you very much. I'm from Rockland County. These issues, I'm also a member of the East Asian Radio Collective at WBAI, and I really want to thank all of you for coming today. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm a racist, you should, get lost, blah, blah, blah. I should be on top. They're not going to say that. They're going to say you're being divisive by using identity politics. And by that, that's whole language for saying you have an identity. What they're not saying is the subtext of their language is that the identity that they're speaking about is the white identity. But they're so arrogant they don't even realize that that's what they're saying. We can have an identity because we are white and that's the predominant way of thinking and being in this country, but if you speak up and you want to express yourself, and heaven forbid you should say something that I don't understand on the air, then that's really no good, because you're hurting my feelings, and you have to really cater everything you say to my feelings. Well, I'm sorry, that's not how it's going to be. It really shouldn't be that way. I value listening to WBAI when you have black producers, when you have black people in the audience calling in and speaking their minds. I mean, the other day I heard two guys on the radio who had been beaten when they were in jail, and they said, white people don't like black people. All right, now, according to Listprog, that is hate radio. I'm sorry. That is freedom of speech. That is freedom of speech. It is reality. Radio is a powerful, powerful medium. We don't even touch the capacity and the potential of WBAI or Pacifica across the country. We have a potential of reaching 60 to 70 million listeners. 60 to 70 million people. Now, the government knows this. Right-wingers know this. These people in Listprog know this. That's why they are fighting tooth and nail in the most subtle and gross ways to get control of this station, and we're not going to let it happen. Now, the genocide in Rwanda was organized through the radio. Through the radio. Millions of people slaughtered because of the radio. The United States knew this, and they refused to jam the signal. That's all they had to do. But they let it happen. But it's not going to happen here. We're going to get control of the radio. We're going to keep control of the station because we need it. It means to us life and death. Part of the program of Justice and Unity campaign is radio as an organizing tool. Now that means it's not just the producers getting on the air and spouting their opinions, but it's really us, listeners, and the producers, all of you, everybody in the community getting together and saying, listen, how can we use this station to the best of our ability? How often, I speak at schools sometimes, I speak to groups about this size or larger. How often does anybody get the chance to talk to, at a minimum, 20,000 people? Excuse me, that's a lot of people. 20,000, 2 million people. How many people are listening to BAI? It's a huge, huge audience. Tremendous power if you can get a hold of that audience and their energy. That's what it's all about. It's about intent, and it's about energy. Now, I know all of us here are really, really intelligent people. And if we put our heads together, we can figure out how to best use this station. We can organize through it. We can get it rolling. Now, one of the things we're going to do this fall is we're going to organize anti-racism training on the air. Because there are there's a lot of great people out there, but there's a lot of ignorant people out there as well. And that includes people on the left. Ignorant people, as we have seen. Now, for example, this is very hard to believe, but they have at BAI something called a Committee of Inclusion. Their job is to make sure that everybody is included on the air, in the audience, et cetera, et cetera. Now, recently they had a meeting, right? And what did Listprog fight against? They fought against a requirement that the committee be inclusive. Excuse me, am I missing something here? We said, listen, on this inclusive committee, let's have Asians, Latinos, African Americans, let's have Muslims, Arabs, let's have people with disabilities, let's have youth, let's have LGBT people, et cetera, and they were like, no. Why not? It's very hard to believe that these people are progressives until you actually come to these meetings and see them in action. I was at a programming committee meeting, and I saw Alex Steinberg and R. Paul Martin get on Io Harrington. She made a motion. Martin left the secretary, left out one of the words of her motion, and she said, excuse me, you left out the word immediately. He said, I'm sorry. It's not in there. She says, I just said it. And he said, it's too late. It's too late. These two guys tried to railroad her participation out. Okay, they're two white males. She's an African-American woman. I said to them, you're white males and you're acting like racists. And they blew up. They were furious at me because they can't even see how they behave. They cannot even see it. But this is how it happens. It happens a little bit at a time in a meeting. All you have to do is get one person to shut up, discourage them, and they won't come back. But we're going to come back. We're not going to take it from them. This movement is only going to grow. We're going to use the radio. We're going to get more people involved. Everybody here is going to help out. So thank you very much.